Welcome to lower body workout. For this class, you're going to need a resistant band. I'm going to be using a mix of a medium and then into the heavy. If those of you who need the assistance with a chair, you have the chair or couch or something right near you, have a yoga mat and have your water. So we're going to go ahead and begin with our warm up. Start with a shoulder roll, lifting your shoulder blades up, back and down. Let's go with a step touch side to side. Hands on your hips, lift the chest. All right, 4, 3, 2, now hold here and then step curl. Bring your heel to your butt. And let's go again for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, heel digs. Watch this, so side or front. So I'm digging my heel, pressing it right to the floor. More 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're gonna go to the reverse toe tap. Lean slightly forward. Now you can be at this same pace as mine. You can go slower. You can modify it to meet your needs. All right, starting from the top, step touch. We're gonna add the arms here. We're gonna do that high pull, so reach and pull. We got for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now hold, step curl with a bicep curl. So pushing the arms back, bringing your hands right up to the shoulders, down and up. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heel digs. Now this one, a little bit of a shoulder or elbow bend here. Kind of goes with the same pace as the legs. Front and back, front and back. Go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Toe taps to the rear, arms to the rear. Whoop. Let me fix that. So I'm pushing my arms just straight back, a little bit of elbow bend here, hitting the triceps. Hang in, last 4, 3, one more round. Side taps with the arm pull. And 3, 2, bicep curl with a heel curl. Last 2, 1, heel digs. Last 4, 3, 2, and then toe taps, triceps. And 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, a little bit of a stretch here for our hips. What you're gonna do is take one knee out to the side and down, switch. Here comes your balance. If you need the chair, go ahead and use that. Up and open, alternate. So I'm going pretty slow here. Taking your time, control. Last one, then we're gonna reverse, out to in. So turn your toes out, up and down. One more on each side. All right, a little bit of a stretch here. Take your foot out, reach down towards your toes. Feel a hamstring stretch. Hold. And then go ahead, come up out of that. Switch sides, heels, down, forward. All right, let's go ahead and start off with some body weight exercises. I'm just gonna do side leg raises here. So we're gonna start with our balance. Actually, we're gonna go to the front. I said side, we're gonna do the front this time. So you're balancing on one leg, soften the knee, lift the chest, front, raises. So toe tap, and then bring it all the way up. So right now, we're focusing on your quads, your thighs. 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna switch legs. So get your balance first, soften the knee, bend the toes, and lift up. Good. Let's do a couple more here. We're gonna switch legs. Now we're gonna go ahead and do our side leg raises. So again, balance, lift the chest, toes pointed, lift up and down. Okay, so this muscle group is going to be working the outer hip, outer thigh. You should feel some work on the outside of the knee, all the way down your calf. Last couple here. Switch legs. Get your balance down first. Okay, maintain the position and brace and lift. Now you may not be coming as high as me, and that's okay. We're all at different levels here. Use the chair if you need it. You can just do a little finger tap just for that added support. Last two. We're gonna work the rear for the glutes now. We did the outer glute, now we're gonna work that meaty part. So switching legs, leaning forward this time, and bracing, bending the front knee. Now again, I'm pointing the toes, leading with the heel up towards the ceiling. And keep it going. Last 4, 3, 2, and then switch legs. Last one before we move on, and lift. Again, basic moves here. As I've said in the past, basic doesn't mean easy. This is still challenging. Working the muscles. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step touch. Go ahead and grab a drink if you need to. We're going to do set number 2 with the resistant band. So go ahead and transition into that. I'm going to start with my medium resistant band. If you have your light, if you have heavy, feel free to use that as well. Now I'm going to place it on the arches of my feet. So right in the middle, and then make sure to step out. Okay, so you have some tension before we even begin. Now, if we remember with the order that we did, we started with our front leg raise. So the only tricky part with the band is when you do certain moves, you may have to adjust the band as you go. So because we're doing the front leg, the band actually shifted itself onto the top of my foot, and that's okay. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's on the top. It's not on the arches of my foot anymore. So do what you can, even if it goes right onto the ankle, that's okay. So soften the knee, lift up and down. Now with the resistant band, you're not gonna be able to go as high as you did earlier, and that's the whole point. But I do want you to lift as high as you can. And notice the difference already going from body weight exercises into resistant band or strength training. And squeeze. Okay, so working the entire quad, hip flexors, and lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step out. Okay, so when you step back out into starting position, have the band back into underneath your arches. Switch the legs. When you switch legs, notice how the band does shift into the top of the foot. Soften the knee and brace. Don't ever lose that bracing, and then lift again. Squeeze. Yeah, right off the bat, you should feel these muscles, right? It's tough. It's tough to do this. Plus you got balance. And squeeze. Go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step out and let the band come back into the middle of your foot. Takes a little bit of getting used to. We're moving on now. Take your time. If you need to have longer of a break, go ahead and then come when you're ready. So side leg raises. Soften the knee. Okay, support the lower back by bracing the abs. Flex the foot this time, lift up and down. So pointing and flexing the toes also makes a difference with the muscle groups that are working. So the first set, we did toes pointed. This one, we're just going flat foot. Okay, here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and step out. Switch legs, brace, and go ahead and lift. Now, if you are more advanced, go ahead and complete your sets here, and then you can even do set number 3. which is just a review. We're not going to do set 3. We're only doing 2 sets in today's class, but if you finish a number of reps, I'm usually going between 8 to 10 reps, feel free to do another set, and I'm okay with that. Last one, and then down. Take a step back. There's my dog Bella. She makes her appearances every now and then. All right, so we're stepping back, toe flexed, and then lifting up heel and down. Lift. Oop. Squeeze. Up. Tap. So notice I'm not bringing my foot back. This tends to happen a lot. I'll see people kind of go into this. No need to do that. When your body is in the right position, all you're doing is just lifting the back leg up, toe tap down. So resist trying to move the upper body. Last 2. Step in, step back, other leg. Lean forward and go. Squeeze. Working that meaty part of your glutes. Up, down, squeeze. Let's do a couple more. 1 and 2. Come back to center. Recover. Take the band off. Go ahead and grab a drink if you need to. We're gonna move on. We're gonna go onto the floor actually. We'll see how much you can see. So we're actually gonna go onto your side. Okay, so coming down, find a comfortable position for the upper body. There's 2 ways to do this. If you lengthen out the arm, you can rest your head here. For some, they like to be more comfortable with the hand supporting the head. And for this particular exercise, I'm fine with either one. I'm just gonna go ahead and lay down. All right, we're gonna work part of the glutes again. So your knees are gonna be stacked on one another. They're forward. They're not way back here, okay? So it is forward. Ankles together. We're gonna do the clamshell. You're gonna lift up and down. So the clamshell means the only part that's moving is the thigh part of the, obviously the lower leg, but my ankles are together. So that's the difference there. It's not a leg raise. It's kind of like a knee raise. So you should feel this a little bit into the quads, as well as the outer hip and going into the glutes on the top leg. Okay, let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Recover. Straighten out the legs. We're gonna go side leg raise, number 2, up and down. Now I love doing exercises in all different angles. You're gonna hear me say that a lot. So of course, the first set that we did, we were standing, we did side leg raises. Now we're doing them on the floor, on our side. And notice the different tweaks by doing that. For some, this may be an easier, quote, easier way of strengthening the leg without having to stand. Fast 1 and down. One more exercise before we switch. Place your foot in front of you. Hopefully you can see this really well. It's in front of the leg, in front of the knee, in fact. Support your hand here, fingertip. The bottom leg is going to do the movement now, up and down. So this particular exercise, we're working the inner thigh. Up, down, squeeze. All right, let's do 4 more. Go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push yourself up and switch to the other side. So we're gonna start with the clamshells, but first find the right position for you, whether this is comfortable for the upper body or this position, okay? Knees are gonna come stacked in front of you, ankles together, and then lift up. And it feels a little bit better on this side because we're actually working. One has been on rest for so long. All right, and then we go ahead, straighten both legs. Top leg comes up, we got our side leg raises. And let's do 2 more. Now, here comes that funky type of thing. You're gonna do is bend at the knee, place. And then inner thigh leg. And let's finish it up. All right, we're gonna do our second set, but of course we gotta make it a little bit more challenging. Optional though, if you don't wanna use a resistant band, you don't have to. You can repeat those moves without it. I will say though, these next 3 exercises will be a little tricky with the resistant band. So again, you may have to play around with it to get it in the right position. So the first move we did was the clamshells. That's gonna go on my thighs. And then the other option for those of you who are a little bit more advanced, feel free to change it to the heavy resistance. I'm still using my medium, but go ahead and change that if you would like. Now, the same exact position, you're gonna come up and down. Let's go. Squeeze. Yeah, much different, right? We got a few more to go. Last 4. Ready, lift for 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, straighten out the legs. And then top leg, lifting up and down. Here's a little tip. If you want to work a little harder, what you're going to do is move the band down to the ankles. So this is actually the modified way, believe it or not, but I'm going to keep it right here for you. But again, for those of you who are more advanced, feel free to push it down to the ankles and complete your sets that way. Last one, and down. Place that foot to the front. Here we go, inner thigh and down, squeeze. Last 5, lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's it on this side. Push yourself up, twist it around, get into the right position. I'm gonna go a little bit quicker here. Knees are stacked. Let's begin. Lifting up and down. Lots of options here for you to complete this workout depending on your okay. This is all for a beginner, but there's some modifications to make it meet your needs. All right, let's do one more here to finish it out. Straighten the legs, top leg. Let's go. Again, feel free to change the resistance band to the ankles as the second option. That's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Inner thigh. Go. Those in my muscles. We're on the floor, but we're going to transition to our back. And we're going to keep the band right where it is. So we're going to do for the lower back into the glutes and hamstrings. So our hip bridges up and out, and then come back to center and down. Let me do that again. So lift up, legs come out, back to center and down. Out and down. So a couple things here. Number 1, if you're feeling this more to the quads, what you're going to do is take your feet further. See if that changes and brings it to the hamstrings. The next thing, you have the option to just lift up without opening for the inner thigh. Since we just worked the inner thigh, at this point, if you want to change that, lift up and down. Your focus is going to be just the back of the body. Okay, we're doing a few more reps here. Your choice. Last 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down, recover, bring your knees in toward your chest, hands underneath your knees, and hold. We're gonna do that again, round 2. This time I am gonna make it a little bit more challenging by keeping our hips up, and we're gonna just do single abductions here, bringing the legs out, okay? So go ahead, get into position and begin that. If you would like to repeat your set number 1, which is the 2, dropping your hips and then raising them out, that is okay. Do that one instead. Make sure you are breathing, okay? These are tougher this way. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, those are burns, right? All right, let's recover. Sit all the way up. The band can finally come off now. Let's do a little bit of the core strengthening here. So we're gonna go onto all 4s. Actually, I'm gonna change that. We're gonna go onto our forearms. So in this position here, we're gonna go rear leg lifts, flex the foot. We're gonna lift up and down. Oh, remember I was talking about angles? Okay, we did this one standing. Now we're on all 4s basically, and doing the exact same move, different position, same move. Lifting up and down, last 3. 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knee back down, switch legs. Now, when I work with clients, sometimes all the time, I'll ask questions about, what position works for them. Now, if this position does not work for you, you have the option to go back to standing and doing the rear leg lifts. This is exactly why I show you different options so you can do what works best for you. What works for us works for some, doesn't work for everybody. Last one, and then recover. Sit back, child's pose. Extend the arms. Okay, one more exercise till we repeat. It's the fire hydrant. So you're gonna keep your knees bent the way they are. You're gonna bring your leg out to the side and then down. Let's go, lift. So this move is your last and final leg to the side move. We've done, this is our 3rd time now going to the side. If this position is an uncomfortable position, is not going to work for you, you have 2 options this time. You can go back to laying on the floor on your side or standing. And we got our side leg raises. Last one, switch sides and go. Squeeze. All right, I'm gonna do 2 more here. 1 and 2. Go ahead, recover. I'm gonna go right into a child's pose, arms extended. This is a great time to get a drink break, so feel free to go ahead and do that. Get yourself out of that position. Sometimes in that kind of position for holding can be really uncomfortable. So loosen out, take a longer break if you need to. We're gonna do set number 2. I'm not gonna use the band, I'm gonna use your own, but I'm going to tweak it so we get a little bit more challenging than our first set. But of course, you can stick with set number 1. So we got on our forearms, pressing firmly down, extending the leg. So you can go back to our singles, but I'm actually hold our leg here and we're going to do some pulses. All right, let's go. For 4, 3, 2, 1, toe tap. Back up again, squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1, back down. Number 3, go. 4, 3, 2, 1, back down. Back up. 4, 3, 2, 1. down, back up. Notice the change, right? These pulses, ouch. And down, number 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have 2 more, just like this, go. 2, 1, and down, last one, 4, 3, 2, 1, recover. See, we didn't even need the band. All right, switch. Pulsing, ready, begin. 4 counts. 2, 1. Now that you know this and you're hearing me count these out, I want your eyes to look ahead. So I'm looking, so if you're using yoga mat, look at the edge of the yoga mat. That's when you know your eyes are in the right placement. Okay? Focus on the body's muscle groups that are working. Ask yourself, are you bracing your core? Meaning, if I were right there next to you, I should be able to see your abdominals squeezing, your lower back not arching. And down. Let's do a couple more here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Last one. 4, 3, 2, 1, and sit back, recover. Take a longer break if you need to. I'm gonna go right back to our very last exercises, which is for these fire hydrants. We're gonna go ahead and pulse those. So get into the position, down halfway and up. Let's go. Lift for 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way down. There's your recover. Bring it back up again. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Set number 3, go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Go. 3, 2, 1, and down. Again, do what you can do. If you can't complete these reps, that is okay. If you need breaks, come in when you can. And down. I'm just gonna do 2 more here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then shift. I'm sorry, last one here, and then shift. 2, 1, and recover. Here's your recovery break. Okay, reset. I know this is challenging. Up, 4 counts. 2, 1, and down. Number 2. 3, 2, 1. Exercising should be challenging. Okay. Yes, unfortunately, you have to put the work in. 4, 3, 2, 1. But long term is so many benefits. I don't need to tell you that, right? 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do 2 more here. 3, 2, 1. Last one, promise. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. If you felt a little bit of the arms and shoulders, I did as well, and that's normal because we were in this position for a really long time, and then it kind of starts to develop into a full body move. So let's go ahead and recover. We're gonna go and stand, grab a drink. All right, take a big step back here. We did so much glute work, so we're gonna spend some time here stretching out your calves, your hamstrings, your quads, every single muscle group that we just worked. Now, with your front leg extended, pushing your hips back. We did this in the warm-up. Can you reach down a little bit further now that we've warmed up? I know I can. Before I was really tight. I was way up here, but now notice how that works. Your flexibility increases as you exercise. See if it's the same for you. Okay, switch legs. Starting with the calf stretch. This time I want to take your arms, push away. This is a good stretch on the arms from the position that we were just in. Lift the chest. Hamstrings, ready? Pushing your hips back, come down forward. See if you can also go down further. reach for your toes or beyond. You can place your hands on the floor, even better. All right, balance, quad stretch. So I had a question on the quad stretch, so I'm going to let everyone know. So when you do quad stretches, if you don't have full range of motion in the knee, a great way to do this is placing your leg up. So I'm just going to turn slightly here. And then from here, all you can do is lean slightly back. When you lean back, you feel the same type of stretch that you were if you were grabbing onto our ankle. Okay, so do what you can do that fits your needs, right? So the actual move would be this. This is going to be your full range flexibility into the knee. Okay, let's do the other side. So again, if you need to place the leg up on a chair or couch, lean slightly back. So hips, so in other words, you're pushing your hips forward, lifting the chest, and then of course the standard quad stretch, balance. Okay, last one to end class with is that forward fold. So soften the knees. So this is where we stretch the entire back of the body, starting with the lower back, the glutes, hamstrings, calves. Drop your head, and let's add some arm circles in this. Both directions. And come up slowly. Again, the last thing to come up would be your head into a shoulder roll. And that's it for class today. Thank you guys so much for coming. Until next time, bye.